Okay, so now we are conquering rational equations, which so far we've only dealt with rational expressions because none of them had an equal sign. Okay, so it's a little different, you guys, when you have an equal sign. So let's talk about how the process works when you have an equal sign. Most of it's going to be the same exact thing we've been doing. We just kind of will have a few extra steps. All right, so step one, we must factor the numerator and the denominator. And don't forget, you guys, the first term must always be positive when you factor. Okay? All right, so let's see here. The numerator is already factored. So, I'm sorry, the denominator, I can't do anything. X minus 1 cannot be factored. Sorry. Okay, so this one is done, but the numerator, I can factor that. And since I have 3 terms, what factoring technique would I use? You guys are so smart. It is slide and divide. So I'm going to use slide and divide on my numerator. So let's get going on our slide and divide. Slide and divide. All right, so we're going to have our x squared plus 3x minus 4. Remember, if there's nothing in front of the x squared, there's secretly a 1 there. Okay, let's start sliding and dividing. So I'm going to slide the 1 to the negative 4 and get negative 4. So I'm trying to find 2 numbers that multiply to be my AC, which is negative 4, and add to equal my B, which is the 3. And don't forget, you guys, whatever you slide by, we will be dividing by. So since I slid over my 1 at the end, I'm going to divide by 1. So let's see here, 2 numbers that multiply to be negative 4 and add to be 3. I don't even know why I teach you guys are so smart. Correct. It'd be 4 and negative 1. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, and 4 plus negative 1 is 3. So remember, you guys, these slide directly into my parentheses. So since this is a plus 4 or a positive 4, it'll be a plus 4. And since this is a negative 1, it'll be a minus 1. All right, let's simplify, which 4 over 1 is just 4, and 1 over 1 is just 1. So this is just x plus 4 times x minus 1. Holy hot dog, right? Okay, so we're going to continue. Okay, so I'm going to continue this problem. Let's see here. I'm going to continue it. I guess kind of block that off. I'm going to continue it over here. So my numerator factored is going to be x plus 4 times x minus 1. And in my denominator, I'm just going to leave as x minus 1. Okay, equals 5. All right, now before I start solving anything, let's go back to our steps. So we factor the numerator and denominator. Check. Now we need to determine where the rational expression is undefined. Which, remember, what is never allowed in the denominator of a fraction? What cannot we divide by? We can never, ever, ever divide by 0. Not allowed. Remember, we kill cats when we divide by 0, and we are not trying to kill cats. So let's figure out where this thing is undefined. So I'm going to do that up here. I guess I'll do it in, I don't know, I'll do it in this color. So our undefined, I'm going to do over here. Okay, and what you guys do to figure out where it's undefined, remember you set every single thing in the denominator not equal to 0. So we're not going to be equal to 0. Sorry, that was supposed to be like an x. Okay, so the only thing in the denominator is x minus 1. So x minus 1 can never equal 0 or a kitten will die. So let's save it and figure out the values that are not allowed. So to move positive 1 to the other, or sorry, to move negative 1 to the other side, we add 1 on both sides. Which negative 1 plus 1 is 0, cancels out, and 0 plus 1 is 1. So x can never equal 1, and we're going to keep that in the back of our mind, because if our answer ends up being a 1, it doesn't work, which is called extraneous. So we'll have to be on the lookout for that. Okay, so this is our undefined bubble. We're going to keep that in the back of our mind. I'm in a bubbly cloud mood today. All right, so after we determine where the rational expression is undefined, now we're going to divide out any like terms in the numerator and the denominator. So we're going to see if anything cancels out. Okay, I don't have any x plus 4s, but there is an x minus 1 in the numerator and denominator. Cool, right? So what's left over, you guys, is this x plus 4 and this equal to 5. Everything else crossed out. Okay, so now I just have to solve for x. So the way we move this 4 to the other side is by subtracting that thing on both sides. 4 minus 4 cancels out and turns to 0, and 5 minus 4 is 1. So our final answer, we get x equal to 1. But before I box it, I must check back here. If it equals 1, remember this says it cannot equal 1. But we got 1. Okay, so if it equals 1, that means that it is undefined. It doesn't work. Okay, so again, we divide out our like terms, we solve for x, and we're checking our answer to make sure it is not undefined. If it is undefined, it's called extraneous, which I cannot leave this x equal to 1 for too long because it'll make my denominator 0, and I don't want to kill a cat, you guys. I just don't want to do it today. So this one does not work, which means it's called extraneous. All right, and since I don't have any answers right now, I crossed out all my answers. So what this means, you guys, is my final answer is no solution. I have no answer. So my answer is no solution. We're kind of sad because we want stuff to have solutions. Yeah. But anyways, that's it, you guys. Don't ever think it. It's not too bad solving an equation, right?